Hey there, it's Boots Owen here. This is a Dyson DC25 upright vacuum cleaner. I'm going to show you how to clean the canister today, take it completely apart and put it back together. So pressing the red button releases the bottom's off, then that dust falls out. If you press this, unclips that, and then this comes out. All these pores have got dust in them, which reduces efficiency. This one's not so bad. They're quite clogged, completely clogged. You can see inside there's dust around those cones. That's not good, but there's a blockage in it somewhere, so let's get the filter and have a look at that. The filter is a bit dusty. It's got a load of pet hair on it by the looks of things. We can give that a wash. Let's have a look in the bottom of it and see what the filter's like down there. I'm just pressing the red button here at the bottom to release the vacuum so that it can fold back, and then spin this around. Press this button in and push it this way. And that clips out, and then I clip this out like this. That's the post motor filter. It looks fine. Sometimes these are like completely black. I wouldn't worry about that. Put that back in. Clip this back in. Clip this back in. Like that. That's okay. So let's try and break down this canister and see what we can do. So I can clean this as it is. I could take off the rubber seal at the bottom. I might do that when I'm washing it. I'm not going to take off the red thing because that's a nightmare to put back together. The filter, I can scrape that off and then give it a wash under the tap, and you end up, I'll show you what I'm doing when I'm doing that. You end up giving it a bit of a clean. This rubber ring doesn't come off, but in here there's some screws. There they are. Let's get them off. 5 little screws. So from that noise test, it was enough to tell me that it's probably the canister filter combination that's the problem. So let's try and break down this canister and see what we can do. So I can clean this as it is. I could take off the rubber seal at the bottom. I might do that when I'm washing it. I'm not going to take off the red thing because that's a nightmare to put back together. The filter, I can scrape that off and then give it a wash under the tap, and you end up, I'll show you what I'm doing when I'm doing that. You end up giving it a bit of a clean. This rubber ring doesn't come off, but in here there's some screws. There they are. Let's get them off. 5 little screws. And these machines, this is really all it takes, is take the screws out, and then we have to figure out how to get the plastic apart. I know I've done this one before, but every Dyson is different. Every model has some feature that snaps together or clips together or something that makes it just that little bit too difficult. 2 more screws. This one might be one of the easy ones. There are some easy ones and some particularly complicated ones where you end up kind of damaging the plastic. So this is taking the top off nice and easy. But what I need to say is that you have to take it apart. Whoa, there's that. No, so pay attention. This red thing's just fallen out from here, and this goes in like this. The little cross piece there engages with the spring. That goes in like that, and that's your release thing for the canister. So you need to keep that spring and that plastic thing carefully. Yeah, so you need to clean this apart. You can see the little cones, little spirals, helical spirals of dust down at the bottom there. That's really neat. You need to take it completely apart, because if you just rinse it as it is here, the dust just gets stuck inside and more dust sticks to it really quickly. So that's not a solution. So this is the top piece. Pull this guy off gently and we'll give it a wash. We'll give that blue piece, purple piece, it's purple, a wash. Should be able to pop this apart. This is a screwdriver, and this is when it all starts to go a bit wrong. So I'm just levering it off, but it's not coming. Try the other side. There we go. So I won't clean this underwater because that's the pressure relief valve there. What I will do is I will give it a good wipe down with a cloth. This I will rinse out underwater. That's just one piece of plastic now. And then this bad boy. So this is the complicated bit to take apart. And what we need to do is pop this inner piece out. Now, it might be easy, it might not. So you see there's a tab here, this little slot, and there's one here, and they're all the way around. You've got to get it over that and snap it out of its position. So I'm just hooking a finger in. I'm putting a lot of pressure on it now, you know. And I'll try it with the bit that's longest to give me the most lever arm. There it is. Okay, so that's one. So what I've done is I've held this piece up and pushed this piece down. And that's the next one. Gloves would help actually, because I'm catching my fingers here. There we go. Once you've got 3, you got 4. And so there's, look at that. If you just rinse that off, well, you might be able to clean that from there, but not perfectly. That's that piece off. And the next piece is complicated as well. This grey piece, this is the bit that's really critical. This grey piece here has to come off the purple, and it's hooked on the whole way around, and I haven't found a great way of doing it yet. You see, look at all that dust. Other than to use a screwdriver or a blade of some kind and start at one side and just start snapping. So I've got a big chisel here. It's not sharp, but it's sharp enough to cut stuff. But you can see now, let's zoom right in. So you can see here, if I get it and hook it over, I can try to get a start on that. It's not great. You really need to hold it in a vise. I've got another screwdriver blade coming in here. I'll zoom out a bit now. So there's some places where you can get it started, and there's other places where you can't for some reason. That's off the lip, or it's sitting up on the lip there. So it's half of it off, but there we go. We hear that snap, that's good. Yeah, I think we're getting there now. Maybe if it doesn't snap back on. No, I suspect that was it snapping back on around the other side. Yep, I think it just snapped back on there. Some more screwdrivers. There, it seems to be moving, but it's the seal here that's holding it back, not the seal that I'm breaking down at the bottom. There we go, so it snapped off all the way around and just lifts off. So now we're in a position to give it a wash. So let's put the canister back together. The gasket can go on there. This has to snap on here. There's a cutout here on one side that aligns with this cutout. So the pins go in, and then it's quite difficult to get it to fit on. You've got to get it on here, push, and get this to snap up over the top. See the way it just bends in there? That's it. Push it down and pull this in with your fingers. And that was it. That snap's gone the whole way around. Next is this piece. Can I remember which way this went? That's the back. That lines up with this bit. And this thing here has an angle on it to match this angle, like that. This has to go like this. Just push it in until the snaps come together. You'll see I didn't do a great job cleaning here. It takes a lot of force. That's 3 out of 4, I think. Yeah, that one's not in yet. Screwdriver pushing down. There we go. That's 4 out of 4. This bit joins it together, but not before we put that spring in. The spring locates there on that little red cross and slots down in that hole, and that slides through there. Some models have a spring that needs a twist as well as to be located. I've posted other videos about those. Red slots in here. 5 screws I'll put back, as if by magic. Filter needs to be completely dry. Once it is, put it back in. And then it's just a matter of snapping this bit back on. Again, it's just brute force, I think. There it is. It's on. Click. Hook that piece in on the front. The back snaps on. Check the operation here. There, it works. Ta-da! Back together. Let's test it out. So there you go, Dyson DC25. Filthy once again. Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.